is happening? Hi guys, welcome to our live charting of cryptocurrencies. Today we will just analyze BTC, Ethereum, LTC, and some chart requests if any. So actually I'm looking at this chart, I mean the candlestick, and at 3 hours time frame. Before that, I'll just explain a bit of my trades here. Just I saw a bullish divergence. Wait. Before, let's move on to that's actually going up while the indicator is going down. So a while ago, I entered a long trade at 13,077, and my cut loss area is 13,100. TP area, yeah, actually I'm still waiting, and possibly this area, the 13,800. Oh, so I think that's it for the 3 hours time frame. Next time we will try to, or I will teach you how to use this divergence indicator in your trades when you are scalping at a lower time frame. So now let's move on to the daily time frame. This is my alarm. Actually, when I'm trading, I'm just using the chart itself, and normally I use RSI or divergence indicator. So since I'm just using the free, actually I have no subscription in TradingView. That's why the maximum indicator I can use is 3. So divergence, I'm using divergence indicator, sometimes the Bollinger Band and the Ichimoku. But I think it's okay to have a free subscription as long as you're making profit. Yeah, just in my opinion, of course. I mean, of course, that's the bottom line for us to make profit. So actually, I started trading, investing in Bitcoin 2016, October 2016. And then from there, I started trading futures last year, 2019. Of course, as futures traders, I learned a lot. Some of my positions got liquidated because I'm too aggressive, and I don't know. At first, I don't know how to, how to use proper position size and stop loss and take profit. Sometimes I use limit stop. However, there is disadvantage also of using the limit stop, because even if you post a limit stop, there's still a possibility that your position will get liquidated. So when I open a position on the entry, I use a limit, that's okay. But on the stop loss, I use market stop or sometimes market trailing stop. So that at least when it triggered the price that I set, it will um, be done immediately at the market price. So yeah, I think that's it. Now we will use, we can actually use um, different charts. We can use this candlestick, this Renko chart, and even this line break, so that at least you can see the difference. So this is the candlestick on a daily time frame. So I'll just look at the what had happened last time. This is actually this is just the wick. Normally I plot the support and resistance at the body. So for using the candlestick, I'm looking at the support of around 12,950. This one. And then so it's currently, look at this daily candle, currently holding at this area. So, and of course, if you're daily trader, this is of course the immediate resistance, the 13,000 or 13,788. The closing of this is 13,780. So let's use that. But we're using Coinbase. Sometimes it depends on what platform you are using because they have um, uh, different prices, but the price not much difference. There is a few dollars difference in some other exchanges. So currently, that this is what I'm looking at using this candlestick. So we need to break this area, the 13,780, for it to retest the next resistance. So let's look at the next resistance. So using this chart alone or this candlesticks, that's actually 17,136 area. And then this all-time high. As what I've mentioned in my previous videos or my live charting, um, most of my trades comes from long position. And right before this, actually I opened a long as I mentioned a while ago at 13,077 because I see a bullish divergence. So a possible bullish divergence in 3 hours time frame because normally I use this time frame 30 minutes, 3 hours, and 1 day, 1 week, and 1 month. So depending on the type of trade. But for futures, if I'm on my laptop, I use this one, 30 and 3 hours. If not, more on this one. For time-based futures, I normally use daily and weekly. And for my holdings, of course, I use the higher time frame, which is the 1 month. So remember this, the still the resistance I'm looking at is the 13,780 using this candlestick. Next breakout to this level could possibly retest the 17,100 area. And yeah, after that, possibly the all-time high. But there's always two scenario in trading. There's a positive or the upside and of course the possible downside. What if it breaks this area, this 12,950? So the strong support I'm looking at after that is if it breaks this 12,950, it is at this area, the 12,000 level. So I think normally I just use the basic in trading, basic support and resistance, and trend line. Normally I trade using just only using the chart, but if I will add some indicator, normally ago, or maybe I don't know that there is a divergence indicator, but I just use it. I think September also, same as with the Renko chart. So I think that's it. If you look at the higher time frame, which is the weekly, um, look at this candle. It's actually a possible bearish pin if it will close lower than this close of this previous candle of around 13,045. So this is, for me, this is a very critical level in your decision making or in your trades. So I hope it will not break this one, the 13,000. I mean this, the close of this. Oh yeah, the 13,045. This one. Actually, 11.9. So I think that's still the same. There's still 3 days and 11 hours before the weekly candle will close. But on this one, I will adjust it at this area, the 16,268. There's just a few a few dollar difference if you use the different time frame. But overall, I think this is, yeah, it really depends on how this weekly candle will close. Hopefully, it will not break this 13,020. So 3 days left, 3 days, 11 hours left before it closes. So let's look at this. It's not yet closed, but there's a possibility of bearish divergence here. It's really going flat. So watch out for it. And if you look at this one, my setup for divergence indicator is actually 80 and 80 as 84 overbought and 24 oversold. However, I show this one, the regular bearish and the regular bullish one, because this is the previous bearish and bullish of this divergence indicator. So you can also use this in your trade. So currently it's higher than the regular bearish. So that's already doing at RSI of 70. So possibly there is higher chances that this might go down. However, if it breaks this level, this is the next possible resistance of around 80. So that's why I'm expecting a possible that it could possibly retest this area, the 16,200 area, if it break this area. So currently it's just it seems like flat for me. Actually it's going up, but I don't know where it is going right now. Let's see. Wait, let's look at it. That's why it's very critical. I don't want it to close lower than this area, the 13,000 area, because that will become a bearish pin like this one. Like this one, if it closed like that, this one, a possible bearish pin. Though the wick is not that long. So yeah, let's see. Currently, I'm just trading at a lower time frame, or I'm just scalping right now. So next is, let's look also at this Renko chart. I think I always use this in my previous videos. So let's remove all the drawings and then let's analyze this one. So as a trader, you should be flexible depending, regardless of what you are using, um, candlestick, Renko, or whatever chart. Bottom line is you should make a consistent profit. Of course, losses are part of the trade. So I think I already explained it previously. This is the long-term downtrend until it found a support at this area. This is the global dump during the global dump on last March. And from there, it formed an uptrend. And currently, as you can see, always buy at support and sell at resistance. So currently, my previous position, I sold at 13,800, which also done. And yeah, today I'm just scalping from the 13,800. So actually, I'm waiting for the breakout at this 13,800 before I go along. That's on the higher time frame, or I can put a higher position because currently no, just small positions. Just playing, just playing. um Not necessarily playing. I'm just scalping. So yeah, I think yes, still the as I mentioned, using this candlestick, the resistance also I'm looking at is at this area around the 13,780, if I'm not mistaken, a while ago. And then the next resistance is I think it is 16,000 using the candle. But using this Renko chart, we can see at least around 17,000 as the next possible resistance if it breaks this area, and then the all-time high. So there's a similarity with the candlesticks, just a few dollars difference. For me, this one is much less noise and can it be easily understandable, in my opinion, as a trader. So currently, using this one, as I mentioned before, you can actually use each Renko bar as a possible support and the resistance. So using this, I'm expecting 12,800 as the next possible support. But worst case, of course, it will retest this area. Yeah, depends where this Renko chart will retest this uptrend channel support. So that's the key figures you need to check on. But of course, long term, I'm more bullish on Bitcoin. So next is, yeah, we can also use this one. so that you can see the difference. Just a few dollars difference actually. So using this line break, you can see that the next resistance here is this area around 17,000, also 17,100, and then this one, the all-time high. So that's the key. I mean the figures I'm actually looking at. And of course for this one, 12,980. So yeah, almost the same, just a few dollars difference. So yeah, I think that's it. Oh, I did not check on the divergence indicator, but these are the key support and resistance area I'm looking at. So for this one, you can actually use this one as the next possible support. So I think that's it. But as a trader, for me, I'm more on a long term. Normally, I use perpetual. I trade perpetual futures, BTC, Ethereum, and Litecoin. That's the majority of my trades. And then 6 months time-based futures ending December 25. BTC, ETH, and Litecoin. And I also hold some altcoins. But yeah, let's check the BTC dominance later because actually it's going higher. So of course, if this goes up, alts will go down, or that's why look at Ethereum, it's now at 384. So if you have some BTC, feel free to reach me out. So we will check later uh, Tron BTC. Hello. So I hope you can see the difference using these different charts alone. Because when I started trading in futures, I actually used the 1 minute chart in trading. So now let's move on to BTC dominance. I'd like you to see this one, but we will use this candlestick. Doji, and then it's going up. Well, anyway. So this is the whole chart using the daily time frame. Actually, if you look at it, there are gaps. So this is the first gap that will possibly be filled. Oh, I forgot. If you're also trading futures, you can actually sometimes trade the CMC gap. So this is it. So this is this area. So this is the first gap. So around the low of this is, wait, around the 65.71 or 65.70 area, or around the 66 area. Never thought that it trade at that. Wait. And then there's actually another gap. Because if of course more and more businesses, institutions will adopt Bitcoin, of course BTC dominance will be a much higher. That's why I worried about my alt position also. So wait, let's check on this one. I think it's not yet filled. So this one. at this area. So this one, another. Wait, let's check on it. And that's the 70 area. As high as 73 area. So it's just, wait, let me check on this. No, the 73 area is not filled. So this is that area filled. So that's this area, the 73 area. So I worry much for my my alt holdings if this will BTC dominance will increase at this area, and of course if this got filled. Wait, let's look on this one. I think there's also a gap at this one. Oh, I think this it filled this one. I think there is the 96 area. OMG. Well, for 96 area, well, I don't know if this will be filled, this one. Oh, so alts will be in trouble if this will be filled. Anyway, let's look at the divergence indicator later. I'll just showing you the gaps that might possibly be filled. So this is this area. There. That's around 96. This around the 73 and around this 66 area. So let's add the divergence indicator. Currently, RSI at 70.12. And hopefully it, let's make it bigger. I can see this one. So that one. Actually, RSI on an uptrend, but currently it's like neutral or flat. So we might, so possibly it's a 50-50 area for this one. Because currently, if you look at the chart, the next, the previous candle is actually a doji. So it depends on what this next candle will be. So if this is still a bullish candle or might possibly be a pin, could possibly go higher and this gap might be filled. Anyway, let's look at this Bollinger Band. But currently, it's already at the higher or the upper Bollinger Band. So normally how to use this Bollinger Band is that if it's outside the band or at the upper Bollinger Band, normally it will go within the band or within this band area. But if it will go at outside this lower Bollinger Band, or like for example this one, it will go back and go within this band. That's actually how to use it. But as a trader, normally trade the extremes. Yeah, not just in this market cap, but also in other financial assets. Like for example, gold, if you're trading gold, and stocks and whatever financial assets. So that so that the rewards is much higher. Normally, I trade the extremes or this one when it go outside the band. But this one is a BTC dominance. I don't normally. I think there's trade this one, but I'm looking at this BTC dominance because I also have BTC and some alt holdings. So I think that's it. How to use that. So yeah, let's wait for it to close. But looking at uh, weekly time frame, let's remove this arrow marker. There's still possibility really to fill this gap because sometimes it the candles can go outside the band. So the upper Bollinger Band is at 64.48, and this one is at around the 66 area. So it can possibly be filled this area. So good luck also to my alts holdings if that happens. Anyway, so yeah, I think that's it for the BTC dominance. Sorry. The highest gap that might possibly be filled is this area, the 97 or the 97 or 96 area. Yeah, I think I can comment more on this. Let's just focus on this first, and then if this gap is filled, maybe there's of course a possibility that it will be filled depending on the adoption of Bitcoin. Um, what's this? So what else? Let's move on to the next, which is Ethereum. Let's remove the drawings first, and then there. So this is actually, let's use the daily time frame. Let's hide this Bollinger Band. Wait, let's look at this. Currently forming a bearish Renko chart. So long-term downtrend and currently creating a or trading higher or within this uptrend channel within the long-term downtrend. But since it's forming a possible projected bearish Renko, we could see possibility that it might retest this previous support area of around, worst case, this one. How many? Around the 350 area. If it breaks this area, possibly will retest this around the 315 area. So actually for this one, for Ethereum, I actually got stop out and then I bought at a lower price. I mean futures, perpetual. So yeah, I think that's it. Possibly the resistance I'm looking at is this previous high of around the 472 area. Is that 481? Break out to that level, we could possibly see Ethereum at 500 area. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm waiting for some possibly, I don't know. Let's see. Let's look at this one. Divergence indicators is already at higher than the regular bearish, but actually that is a breakout from the previous resistance using this one. However, currently trading at lower. Wait, let's look at this. Actually, I did not use this. Oh, that's a projected higher, but the support is at 320. So using this one. So it need to break this area, the previous high of 485, and possibly this area, 888. Currently, it's at RSI of 46 area. So just neutral, but uh, going lower. Yeah, because the key thing here is the BTC dominance is getting higher. That's why most of the alts are affected. Let's look at the what's that? Dow Jones. It's currently trading lower again. OMG. Anyway, so I think that's it. The support I'm looking at for Ethereum is 320. And the resistance is at to break the 400, the previous high of around 485 area. So if you are trading at lower time frame, like for example, oh, just use this candlestick. Let's look at it. Yay, it's going 13,189. I mean the Bitcoin. So let's just look at it. If there's there you go. That's why I love using this, because you can see the possible bull and the bear. So look at it. There's a bull here. So possibly if you're or scalping, possibly the next support, I mean the next resistance is at this area around the 408, but it need to break this 390 what's that 392 area before retesting the 408. So and there is a bullish divergence. Bullish divergence at this area. Wait lang, let me check. Yeah. And of course, the support or stop loss, if you're trading at 3 hours time frame, is the around 382 area. Currently, it's trading at 386. So let's check on the risk reward. So at this rate, if my TP is the 393, that's just a risk reward ratio of 1.43. Normally, if that's the only the risk reward ratio, I'm not trading it. Or I can make a TP1 there and another TP after it breakout. So let's check on this one. That's a risk reward ratio of 4.95. Of course, it really depends on your TP, on my TP and the stop loss area. So yeah, maybe I will make a long later. Anyway, let's look at this. If it breaks this 393, if it's still profitable to go long. So let me check. That's actually a risk reward ratio of 1.36. Not much or not that attractive. So this area. So hopefully it reached this area. But normally when I trade, after my position is done or successfully and I enter the transaction or I go long or buy, after that I will also post a stop loss higher than my, I mean, just lower than my entry area. But if my order is within the trend I'm looking at, like for example this one, if I entered at 388 and it went as high as 393, I will also adjust my stop loss so that at least if the market reverses or it goes down, I will still take a profit. So that's how actually I trade. So next is, what's that? The next one? So next one is Litecoin because normally these three are the futures that I usually trade. Of course, majority is Bitcoin. Yay, maybe after this I will take profit because I post for Bitcoin a while ago. I enter a long transaction or a long position at 13,077 because I saw a bullish divergence and stop loss around 13,100 because it went higher. So at least if ever the market reverses or um, the Bitcoin dump, if they dump it, I still take a small gain. This because it's very important to also protect your capital, not just want to get a high returns. Because for me, it's okay to have a low gain or maybe a small gain, but consistently gaining. So next, just checking this one. This is 3 hours time frame. Actually, how almost the same. Let's check. This is actually going up, and this is going down. So divergence, a bullish divergence. And look at the candle. This is a bullish. So there, possibly we'll retest this area, the 66 area, and this one, the next possible resistance I'm looking at is this one, the 56 area. 56 area, and then this one, the 60 dollars. So wait, let's, this is a 3-hour time frame, and it's actually a widening. So actually this is more bullish. So anyway, but there's still 1 hour before it closes. Of course, the support or the stop loss I'm looking at is at this area, around the 54 area, or you can actually also put this at this area, around the 53 area. But normally I put it at the body of the candle. So at this rate, if this is my TP, this is my TP only, the 56.40, this might not be a profitable trade. So yeah, because my risk reward ratio is at least 2 for me to enter the transaction, unless I will adjust my TP area. So that's a risk reward of 1.49. But if this one is got hit the $60, of course this is much better return. Risk reward ratio 5.73. Anyway, when I'm trading futures, I normally use the maximum leverage. But I manage the position size. Normally, I just use maximum 1 to 3%. 1 to 3%, but normally I just use less than 1%. That's how I trade. Just not much risk. I already use the higher leverage. I mean the higher leverage. Normally for Bitcoin 100 times, for Ethereum and LTC it's 50 times. So yeah, I think that's it for using the 3-hour time frame. So always look for a profitable trade. So this one, how to use this one? Yeah, my setup is 80 as oversold. I mean overbought, and 20 as oversold. You can actually see my settings, or you can actually also set your own settings here. So this one, overbought and oversold levels. But when I see a divergence, I also measure that. And if it's profitable, then I trade that. So anyway, let's move on to the next. Oh, I think this is just the 3-hour time frame. Anyway, let's look at the daily or the higher time frame. Actually, there's a bearish divergence here at 1-day time frame. There's going up, but this is going down. That's why it continues to goes lower here. So anyway, so using this daily time frame, it went as high as divergence of 75.51 before it go lower. So using this candlestick alone, at daily time frame, I'm looking at this area as a support around the $50. And then the resistance, I'm looking at this, the 59 area, and possibly will retest this 63 area and then this area, the previous high of around the 68 area. So as you can see, I'm always using the body as support or resistance. I don't use the wick when plotting support and resistance. So this this is the area currently I'm looking at. However, divergence the divergence indicator is going down. So let's check on it. Wait. Let's plot the possible support. So possibly this area if this will not reverse. So yeah, I think at daily time frame depends on how this candle will close. But risk reward ratio is not that for me at this rate. If entering this trade at daily time frame might not be attractive because it's only a 0.91. But risk reward ratio, it's depend on the trader. So let me check on this. If I go long at breakout at this area around the 60 area. That's 185. That's 185 only. So yeah, I think I'll just wait and see for this Ethereum. I mean Litecoin, sorry. I thought it's Ethereum. It's Litecoin, sorry about that. Anyway, yay, it's already 13,247. Actually, I entered a long transaction at 13,077. So yeah, I'm already at a profit. And anyway, even if I got stop out at 13,100, that's still a profit. So a small profit, but yeah, it's okay to have a small profit than no profit. So next, let's look on. Hi, Joel, can you check Amazon? Yeah, let's look at Amazon. We can use candlestick or the Renko chart. So let's check on Tron BTC, Tron BTC. We are at BTC. So let's just use this one, Binance chart. Oh, wait, let me check on this Renko chart. Seems like it's actually I don't have Tron and I'm not trading Tron. I don't know. I just don't trade it. Yeah, majority of my trades are Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. Of course, mostly is Bitcoin. So yeah, I'm just checking the trend using the Renko chart. Actually, Renko chart for me is, I don't know, maybe much better for me. But I can trade using also, of course, the candlestick because that's the majority of what the trader are looking at. I also started using the candlestick when Renko is not yet available. Or because recently, um, TradingView added it. But for uh, free free subscription like me, I cannot use the lower time frame. So for other candlestick, I use of course the daily time frame. So actually, if you look at the long term chart of this Tron, it's actually a long term downtrend and is still going down. Well, I don't know at what price you have purchased this. Um, but look at it. It's going down and still that's also a bearish Renko. Anyway, I will also analyze this using the candlestick later. So possibly this one. Anyway, I'm just looking, I'll just adjust it. This is the low and yeah, not just it's the high. So possibly if this continues or if uh, it respect this trend, this downtrend, long-term downtrend, and then short-term downtrends still, yeah, we might possibly, um, Tron BTC might possibly retest this area. Well, of course, it depends on where this Renko chart will retest this one, but I think it can form another two or three Renko charts. So this is the possible support I'm looking at if this continues the downtrend. So possibly at this area. So around what's that? One, two, three. Yeah, I'm counting this. One, two, three, four, five, six. I think 167. Yeah, 167 Satoshi. So that's the low that it can get. Or of course, worst case, if it breaks this area, the long term um, support area. But if it breaks this area, the long term downtrend, well, hmm, you can actually add another Renko bar or Renko chart. Um, yeah. And the resistance I'm looking at is, of course, this area, this resistance line here. Well, it depends where this Renko chart retests this area. But currently, I'm more bearish on it. Actually, long-term bearish and then short-term still bearish. Well, but anyway, possible resistance I'm looking at maybe, um, yeah, this is the area that seems like a lot of Renko here or it retests a lot because I cannot predict at this area right now because it depends where this Renko chart will trade if ever. So yeah, you can just use each Renko chart as possible resistance or support. Oh, sorry. but possibly this is the 234 area. If it will try to retest at this area. So I think that's it. Support I'm looking at 167 and possible resistance at 234. But currently my bias is of course bearish. And breakdown to 167 could possibly retest the long-term resistance of around the 113 Satoshi area. So that's using the Renko chart. Now let's use the candlestick chart, this one. Normally for cryptocurrencies, I'm not using the volume because volume is depends on the exchange. Like for example, Binance at using this Tron Bitcoin. Normally, I check on the coin market cap so that you can see the overall volume of the token. But sometimes I also unhide the volume. So next is, let's look at this. Actually, it currently at support. Currently trading at support. So this area, the 202 area. However, if it breaks this area, or if it did not hold at 202, the next support is this area, this one. Around the 172 area. So I think wait, let's look on or let's add the divergence indicator. Oh, wait, let me check on this. Seems like there is a possible bullish divergence. This is $30 and yeah, let's plot this one. Or actually these two candles here. This one. This is low of 195 and the low of this is 195. Just the same. This is just flat, and this is going up. However, it's not yet confirmed at the moment. So let's wait for it. Though it's currently at RSI of around 28.98. For me, normally I use 20 as overbought. I mean oversold. Sorry about that. So let's see. But currently seems like it's holding at this area because there's a lot of dojis already here. There's one here, then another here. So hopefully it will hold. Maybe we can check this one. This lower time frame for you. This is the doji. There. I think that's it though. That's actually a bullish divergence. You can just use this there. And this is actually a doji, this one. Doji is 50-50 but can also serve as a possible a possible reversal. So there. But there's a lot of dojis here. There's a lot of dojis. Most of the traders are undecided where this tron can possibly go. Plot this. Let's plot this area. Because now, hopefully this holds. See? Seems like it will retest this area. Because if you're scalping, this might possibly be your entry area. But right now, it's currently trying to retest this support area and possibly this area. This is the 3 hours time frame, and what's the resistance I'm looking at? Let's go back to daily time frame. Oh, this one. So I can use this one as a possible resistance area. Yeah, resistance. Sorry. So actually, it depends on how you trade. But currently, if I'm a day trader, I will wait for the confirmation of this area. Or I mean this candle. Because it's already forming a support base here. This one. What's this? This 198 area. So if this is a green candle or bullish candle, might possibly retest this area, the 235. So I'd rather wait for the closing, or you can actually make a test buy. I don't know how you trade, but me normally I test buy and then another buy if there's a confirmation on my bias. So that's because if it failed, depending on I'm trading futures or spot. Of course, for futures there's automatic stop loss, but for spot, of course, I will add another at this area, at an support area, because currently the RSI is already almost close to 30. Actually, 30 is the default. Some of the traders are looking at, but for me, I'm looking at 20 as oversold. But yeah, you can also use this one. The regular bullish is at previously at 42. So yeah, actually, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know how you trade. But yeah, that's how I will trade it depending on the if it's spot or futures. If this is futures, most likely I will go long. And then with the stop loss of this area, the 197, and then TP of this 236 area. So that's a possible risk reward ratio of 6.4. So I could possibly gain around 15.76. I don't know if there is a futures on Tron BTC. Yeah, I'm not trading Tron actually. So yeah, I don't know. It depends on how you trade it. Can you check Amazon? Amazon. Oh, so did I answer your question? This one? How will I reply it? Or watch it. I mean watch it, not hear it. So next, Amazon. So Amazon, what happened to Amazon? Next time we'll try to Amazon, Nasdaq. This one. Let's check this earnings. Oh, tomorrow is the earnings. So most of the traders could possibly wait for the earnings release tomorrow. So let's look at what had happened previously. So this is a surprise up. I mean better than expectation of because they are just estimating 1.49. I mean 1.48, and it came at 8.83, which is a surprise up. So what had happened here, of course, if it's better than expected, of course, you will expect it to go higher. For this one, since it will be released tomorrow, yeah, let's see. But anyway, let's look or let's analyze it using this information, or I mean using this chart. But you should also check on the earnings tomorrow, because this is might be a possible volatility. So I don't know what kind of volatility will that be. So anyway, it's too long for this Amazon chart. Oh, is this? So let's just analyze it during using this one. So if second quarter is a surprise up, I think yeah, possibly third quarter is much better. Well, I don't know, because the worst, I mean, most of the countries globally are in a lockdown during the second quarter. But at least at third quarter, they already is, some countries have already unlocked the lockdown, or is lockdown, or open their economy. So, and if you look at it, it's already at, this is the support area. Oh, I'll use this one. This is the previous support, and yeah, just trading here at support. Actually, I think the possible catalyst tomorrow is this one. That's why, as you can see, how many days is that? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At this area, it's how many days, or just consolidating at this support area. So if um, earnings are better than expected, of course, expect to retest this area, of course, this area first, this one, before this one. So yeah, it for me it depends on the earnings tomorrow. But you can actually make a test buy if you are doing that. Because if the earnings disappoints, possibly will retest this 2,900. Else, the resistance I'm looking at is of course to retest this previous resistance of around 3,549 area. And if it breaks this area, possibly, yeah, target around the 3,800. So yeah, I think that's it. It really depends on the earnings tomorrow. So I think that's it. Maybe let's look on the other charts. Maybe we can see a much better analysis. However, if you use the Renko, it's actually a bearish 3-1, but still the same possible support and resistance. Wait, let's look this one, this one. Yeah, because at this area, seems like this is a 50-50 for me, or 1:1 risk reward ratio. If I use this one and this one. But if I will use the Renko chart, each Renko chart, yeah, maybe it depends on the target and the cut loss or stop loss area. Currently, divergence indicator is going down, but it's already below the bullish, regular bullish of 62.35. So there's seems like there's a possible surprise, I think. Yeah, because it's already here. Yeah, because the previous RSI is this 62 area. I mean the bullish, this one, the 62.35. So yeah, I think that's it. Wait, let's check on this one, the line break. Line break is actually a possible bullish. So Renko, there's a possible bullish. This one candles at support. Anyway, let's look at this after 3 hours using the candlestick because I cannot use a lower time frame using this one. So let's look at the 3 hours. We might see a possible trend. Yeah, for me seems like it's forming a, what's that, exit pages. What's that? For me seems like it's forming, or this is the support area, 3,000 138 support or cut loss area, because currently it's doing around 3,198. This is the support area and on the 3-hour time frame, and this is the possible resistance, the 3,286. If it breaks this area, could possibly retest this one, the 3,473 area. So what's the high of this? And possibly the all-time high, the 3.5. Just checking this. But if ever I will trade this using this 3 hours time frame, I'll just wait for the breakout this at 2000 at 3,286 before I go long. At least this will be my stop loss area. So that's a possible risk reward of 2.019. So I can trade it at this area. Because if it did not break this 3,286, of course this is just a risk reward ratio of 1:1. Oh, what happened? Let's check. 1.56 only. So yeah, are you using leverage or just the buy and hold? I don't know how you trade it. But for me, using this previous quarter, that's actually a surprise better than expectation. So yeah, for me, it's I will make a test buy as what I've mentioned a while ago. Well, actually, I'm not trading US stocks. Just measure it. It really depends on your risk appetite, because for me, it's already at support area, and previous quarter, that's a surprise or better than expected earnings. So I'm expecting a possible surprise also tomorrow. However, I don't know what will be the earnings tomorrow. But if this is, as what I'm always saying, buy at support and sell at resistance. The question is, will this be a support or this one will be the support? So it really depends on the earnings. So that's why I'm saying my strategy normally is when I see a chart like this, of course I will test buy. Because if the earnings is better than expected, at least I have a position. Oh, OMG. Oh, that's 13.4. Oh, wait. It alarmed. So, yay. BTC at 13.4. Let me check. Yeah, okay. Because I have a long position. Anyway, so that's for me. If I trade this Amazon, I will make a test buy at this area because it's already at support. And then possibly, yeah, of course, my TP is this one. Of course, it needs to break this previous high of this or all-time high. And then if it breaks that area, of course, it will create a new all-time high, as what I've mentioned a while ago. This one, this area. Yeah, it depends where the candle is. But I'm looking at around the 3,800 level. Yeah, that's how it is. And of course, um, I'm always using a stop loss. So I will use that one. Let's just make it bigger. I'll use that one, 3,133 area. So that's if I'll measure that, I think it's a, for me, for me, because I'm a high risk trader, of course I will trade this. That's a risk reward ratio of possible 5.62. Yeah, based on my trading strategy. So I think that's it. Or even if it will just retest this area on a conservative note, yeah, that's still a risk reward ratio of 5. I could possibly gain 10%. But if I get stopped out at this 3,125, I will possibly lose around 2.03%. So I think that's it. Yeah, so always manage risk and as just the basic, buy at support and sell at resistance. So I think that's it. Yeah, I hope you watch that. Oh, okay. Yay. I'm I'm happy it's already BTC. It's now at three. I mean 13,409. Actually, I have an alarm of 13,400. Um, I I go long at entry price of 13,077 before this video. What's this? So I think that's it. Anyway, I'll just check on it. The last before I yeah, if there's no more chart request, then we'll end this video. So I'll just check it out. Anyway, if you have some comments, questions, and feedback, yeah, you can also message me in this trading view or in my other social media account. So I'll just use this one. Normally I use Renko, but I can also use, of course, normally the candlestick. Oh, this is Amazon. No, no, it's the Bitcoin. Yay! Seems we're back on the bullish trend. Because look at the chart. I mean the Renko chart. It's still trending higher despite the pullback because it goes as low as 12,785. So yeah, let's see. I'll just update or yeah, of course, I will adjust my cut loss area because my cut loss area is at 13,100 and I entered or my entry price is 13,077. So yeah, I will adjust it so that whatever happens, I will take a profit. So again, this is what I'm looking at, the 17,000 and then the all-time high. Long term, of course, I'm more bullish on Bitcoin. So now the support is at, yeah, this area. Still this area. Okay, the 12,900 area. So anyway, that's it guys. If you have no other chart requests, then we'll end this video. Apple. Apple? Oh, he said Apple. Let's move on. Apple shares. Apple Inc. Well, during the global dump, I'm actually trading Nasdaq using Prime X BTC. I think that's the leverage is I forgot. I think it's 100, but not sure because I'm trading yeah, I think 100 times. Normally, I just trade Nasdaq. I often trade it. The other indices, I mean. So currently, this is Apple. When is the release of the report? Also tomorrow. Anyway, so let's analyze it first using the candlestick. Because I remember it because the previous quarter, if I'm not mistaken, is a surprise also. Surprise ups. Like, what's that? The Amazon. So this is the daily time frame using candlestick. Let's just check this out. Hmm. Let me just check the long term, monthly. So all-time high is at this area, despite the pandemic. All-time high of 137 or around 138 area. So anyway, okay. And then let's check on the weekly chart. Oh, tomorrow is the end of the week, Friday. Seems like it's forming a possible doji, a possible reversal actually. Now let's move on to the daily time frame. So yeah, at least I know that this is the all-time high, the 138. Okay, let me plot the chart. I mean plot the trend. I think this is the global dump. Yeah, okay. So let's start there at the global dump. We can actually use this as support and plot this area. That one and yeah, there. Let's just make it same. Oh, sorry. Same as this one. There. So there you go. So if you look at the trend from the global dump, it's actually an uptrend, a widening uptrend. So normally that's a bullish pattern. And let's look at the previous quarter because they will release the third quarter tomorrow. So that's actually a surprise up. So what had happened on July 30. So July 30, that's their earnings release. This is July 24. This is July 30. This is July 30. I'll just, so this is it, July 30. So that is the July 30. And what had happened, since it's better than expected earnings, it went high and created a new all-time high. And then after that, it pulled back, pulled back, and retest the support area. Anyway, let's measure that from this one, from July 30, the closing of it until this area. Wait, I'll just make closing of July 30 is 96.19. 96.19. Wait, let me just edit it. 96.19. 96.19. And then the all-time high is this one. That's 131.40, the closing price. 131.40. 31.40. Huh? Is it? This is, wait. Yeah, the closing is 131.40, but it went high as 137.98. So we'll just use the closing price on the date of release of earnings until it's high, the closing price, not the highest 138. So that's actually an upside of 36.36. So if same thing will happen at this area or tomorrow, we'll just copy this one and make our projected possible target or the possible tick area. So let me move it. Yeah, but of course it will depends on where this candle will close today. So possibly it will create a new all-time high, possibly around the 100. That's 149.97. So on a conservative note, you can just make it 149 or maybe 145 to be exact. I mean, at least at no cents, or maybe 149. Yeah. So possibly there. However, it really depends on what will be the earnings tomorrow. Um, if ever I will trade this Apple shares, this is the support. I'm always saying support and resistance because yeah, of course, as trader we need to buy at support and trade at resistance. Actually, I can make a test buy here and I'll just wait for the earnings release tomorrow. I just don't know what time will it be released. So yeah, you just maybe possibly watch out for it. And of course, this is my possible entry. Currently, it's doing around 140, 14.15 with my TP of this one around that. No, not 150. Maybe around 149 or maybe 145 at on a conservative note. And then my cut loss area is this one. The low of this is 111. So 111. 111. So that's a risk reward ratio of 8.71. I could possibly make around 26.64% if my TP got hit at 145. I use the 145, not our target of around the 149.97, because of course I also want to become conservative. And possibly if I got stopped out at 111, yeah, of course I will possibly lose around 3.06%. So that's how I trade Apple in case I will trade this stock. So I think that's it. Normally if you have yeah, because for local companies here, I normally email the investors relations, so that if there is an earnings report, they could also send the press release. Yeah, so I think that's it. Or maybe you can go to their website and, yeah, I don't know, or maybe watch Bloomberg, of course. Bloomberg, CNN, or whatever, Reuters. Is this live? I'm Wait, I'll just check my. Wait, oh, what happened? I'm Yeah, what platform are you trading? Actually, I have eToro, but currently, yay, 13,459. So yeah, actually, I'm happy with it. I entered at around 13,077, and with a stop loss of, or market stop at 13,100. So whatever happens, if it yeah reverse, I will still have a profit. That's the bottom line. And anyway, I'll just alarm it at again at, oh, this one. Oh, it's, yeah, so that it will alarm if BTC is going down. So anyway, I think that's it, guys. If you have some comments, questions, and feedback, what's that? Fidelity. What's the ano? I'm not familiar with it, but let's search it. Fidelity. What's this? Is this one? FDBC? Yeah, there's a lot of Fidelity here. What's that? Fidelity. F FDBC? What's that? I think I have, yeah. Let's just wait for his answer. Yeah, anyway, let's look at this. Yay! Hopefully it break this 13,800. Oh, what's the Fidelity FDBC? Oh, the CPE. Oh, yes, FDBC. Okay. Because I'm not trading US stocks, but I trade some local stocks here in the Philippines. Actually, I just entered it during or yeah, after the global dump. Actually, I entered March 25. So let's look at this one, FDBC. What's this FDBC? What's it? Is it a bank? Yeah, sorry, I don't know this one. Anyway, let's check. I'll just look at the long term first. Long term trend. And that's the high. The high is all-time high is this one, the around the $75. Wow, this is a bullish. Anyway, let's look at the weekly. And what happened during the previous, oh, it already report earnings. But there's no comment. Standarded as reported. So maybe same or neutral. This one, and just same or neutral. Did they update it? I don't know if they update it. But if this is just neutral or just as expected, normally there's no movement. So let's look at the, wait, let's add the divergence. Oh, oh, I mean this is weekly. Let's move to daily time frame. Sorry. The strong resistance at around 70 area. This one. Let's add this one. Because using the daily time frame, it's already at a lower Bollinger Band. Let's add this one, but possibly forming a possible bearish. This one. This is a possible bearish reversal already. Oh, this is it. This one. And if you add the divergence indicator, it's actually going down. Could possibly retest this area. Wait, let's add some horizontal line here. So possibly this area around the 41 area, because currently divergence indicator or RSI, using the RSI is at 43.61. but this one is, yes, seems like a strong support area. But currently, if you use the uh, Ichimoku cloud, seems like a possible bearish. And look at this. Um, oh, not that. It's actually tightening at this area. So expect a possible volatility. It it is possibly it can go up or down. Actually, it is hard to analyze this one. I'd rather trade the apple. Anyway, this is the let's let's hide this and this so that we can just see the chart or the candlestick. This is the resistance I'm looking at, the 53 area, $53. And the support area at this level, the 44.87. But if I will, it's already near, or it's actually seems like consolidating at this area. There's just a few spike. But on a conservative note, yeah, this is actually a strong resistance area. I'm looking at the around close to 68 area. So I'd rather trade it after the breakout. Because if I use this or if I go long at this area, wait, let me check the possible risk reward. That's 3.11, and if I enter after breakout this area, breakout, and then when it pull back, that's my entry point. So that's it, and this is my, of course, stop loss, this one. So that's a possible 4. So 4 versus that, yeah, I think for me, I'll just enter after breakout or at the 53, wait lang, wait, is this the 53 area? At the 53 area, because for me, it's much more rewarding to trade this. And currently, if you look at the divergence indicator, it could possibly, actually can still go lower. And the next possible support is this area. This one, the around 34 area. This one. Before this, actually I can use that. That's actually a doji. So we will use that doji there as a support. Normally I use doji as support and resistance when I'm just using the candlestick in trading. So yeah, because for me, yeah, there's a higher risk when I trade this area. Because if it goes or if it break down this area, yeah, possibly, yeah, this area around the 32 area. And look at this, the RSI is just at 43 area. So what if it will go this area, this like this one, like the February 28, which is as low as 22 area. So it could possibly retest this one. So yeah, that's how I trade this one. Fidelity, I'd rather trade it after breakout at this area. After it break out, oh, normally it's pull back and retest the support. So that's the time that I will go long. And of course, the uh, always don't forget to, of course, make or enter your take profit and stop loss so that you know you're still um, whatever happens, you will not get liquidated. If you're trading, what's that, CFDs for this or just holding, I got to go. What's NEO? NEO? NEO Inc. So NEO Inc. Let's look at first the long term or the monthly chart. Oh, it's at all-time high. And using that monthly candle, it's already RSI at around 82 area. For me personally, I will not trade this because there's higher probability that I might um, lose this. Yeah, but I don't know what you are trading. I mean, if there's short here, possibly, yeah, I'll just wait for a possible bearish divergence and then I'll go short. Because last time is 86 is the highest that it reached, possible bear, and currently I'll just wait for a possible bearish divergence here. Anyway, let's look at the daily chart. What's the nature of this? Wait, let's look at this. Oh, forming a possible projected a bullish candle. Anyway, let's look at this. November 10. So third quarter will be released. Third quarter innings will be released November 10. So a few days from now. So from now, 11 days. So this one. So currently it's still trading higher and could possibly retest this previous resistance of divergence resistance of around this 80 area, 81 area. So anyway, let's plot the trend. It's actually a uptrend. So this one and this one. So here. So currently it's actually near the resistance area. So as what I've said, sell at resistance and buy at support. Or if it breaks this area, of course, it will create a new resistance. So currently for me, I'll just wait um, at breakout. Because if I buy at this area, it might possibly retest this one, the 22 area, if the earnings disappoints, which are due November 10. So, or it's just for me, if I will trade this one, it's just a no trade zone. I'll just wait for a better price. Anyway, let's also add this Bollinger Band. Yeah, it's the upper band is the 31.59 and currently it's trading around $30. So there's already a just a small upside here. So I'll just wait for pullback and possibly enter at a good entry point. So I think yeah. Anyway, the resistance I'm looking at is I will use the Bollinger Band. But sometimes it can go outside the band. So this is my resistance around the 31 area, and the support I'm looking at is of course this area, this one, on a conservative note, because this is before the lower Bollinger Band of around $18. Because normally I don't trade I trade at extremes, at upper Bollinger Band or lower Bollinger Band, or if it went outside the band, of course that's a lot better because normally it will go back to the band. So that's just it. Check what's check comment YouTube's is there? Wait, let me check. Is there? Anyway, I'll just check on, yeah, let's just check on Bitcoin. Yeah, because actually I'm a cryptocurrency trader. I normally trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. I trade perpetuals and time-based futures. And on local stock market, but I'm more long-term on it, not doing scalp or swing. So wait, let's just see. At least it's going higher, but tomorrow actually that's expiry of Bitcoin futures. I mean futures. So expect volatility tomorrow for those who are trading Bitcoin. Maybe I'll just take profit later. Yeah, because I enter at a low amount, 13,077 with a cut loss around 13,100. So whatever happens, I still have the gain, a small gain, at least not a loss. So possibly there. Oh, just loading. And yeah, me, no, there's only one watching, and I think there's no comments there because there's no notifications here. What's that? Spam. I'll just spammer. Just remove it. No, there's no comment in YouTube. What's that? So I think that's it, guys. If there's no comments, thanks for tuning in. Thanks, guys. I mean, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. See you again next time. If you have some comments, questions, and feedback, feel free to reach me out. Feel free to reach me out. Anyway, also if I have some time, I mean I have some spare time, yeah, you can just also PM me if you need some or if you want some TA tutorial, because I think that's a lot better so that at least you can um, do your own analysis and of course possibly have a consistent profit. So yeah, I think that's it. Thanks, guys. Thanks much. Because learning is a continuous uh, learning is continuous despite despite pandemic. Yeah, normally I just 100% trader. I just trade at home, but I also have work, online work. But most of my time I'm trading. I'm trading cryptocurrencies. And yeah, I think that's it, guys. Thanks, guys, for tuning in, and hopefully see you again next time. So, and it's time for us to trade. Oh, this one. Yay. That's 13.5. So I think that's it. No more questions. Bye, guys.